All right. We got the intro twice there. Okay. Happy Sunday, everybody. How is everybody doing? How are we feeling? What are we working on tonight? I am continuing writing on book 3 this evening. I just wrote down my word count to keep track during the stream. I am at 32,216 words into book 3. So excited to continue. I didn't get a whole lot done in this afternoon's writing sprint. I was doing some other projects. I was doing a lot of TikToks. I have a TikTok that's doing pretty well right now, and it was one I kind of made off the cuff just for fun. So go figure. But it meant that I was doing some business side things and that did not get to really sit down and do the writing side, which is okay. We will get to that here in a little bit, but that's what I'm working on and a little bit of how my day has gone. This last week has been spring break for me. I am a high school counselor, so I work in a public school. This last week was our spring break, so it meant that I also had spring break. So I, when I have breaks like that, I go to a full-time writing schedule. So I spend most of my day still working, but it's a writing schedule instead of like my normal school counseling schedule. So I was able to do a ton of writing this week. I had like a 14,000 word week, I think, which is pretty good considering I had to balance that with my toddler because he's also home with me. So I'm pretty pleased with everything I was able to get done this week. You can see everything that I did if you watch this week's vlog here on my YouTube channel. You can check that out. And that kind of explains the whole week because I recorded everything as I went. I have a cool video going up Wednesday that is a celebration of my very first book I published, The Arena, which is science fiction. So if you like things like Divergent, The Hunger Games, that book's for you. And it is this month. It's the 1-year anniversary. So I'm planning on running some like special deals on Amazon, doing all kinds of fun things this next week because it is the 1-year mark. So that video will be fun. I look back on like the early days of my writing and publishing and why I decided to self-publish and all those little fun details that are only in that video because I went way back and found all kinds of little things. So exciting things coming this week. So let's see. Before I get to writing this evening, I need to finish planning and prepping my social media for the week. I'm not going to worry a ton about getting the whole week planned out because I think I can come back to that. And I really want to get a good writing session in today. So I may come back to that tomorrow at some point to schedule out the rest of the week. But I definitely want to at least get tomorrow and maybe Tuesday scheduled. So I'm going to do that first. I have my my second draft of the Shade of the Shadowlands in this binder. I'm going to flip through it and I'm pulling out like the fun quotes because tomorrow I have to post a quote. So that's what I'm going to work on in our first sprint. So let's go ahead and pull up that banner. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and leave me a like below if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments what you are working on tonight too. I am excited to hear about everybody's projects. It's been super fun catching up with you guys in these weekly streams. So I look forward to seeing how far all of you guys have gotten and whoopsie, didn't mean to turn that on. And everything that you guys have planned for this week as well. So super fun. Where do I go from here? Aha! I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up the timer. So there's our, yep, there we go. There's our timer. we will get that up and running. Okay. Let's see. So first sprint, I'm starting at 32,216 words into book 3, but I'm going to start with social media for the night first. So I think that we're about 10 minutes into the stream, almost 10-ish. So I say, let's go ahead and gear up to go into our first sprint. We are going to do a 20-minute sprint. If you've never joined me for one of these live streams before, then you may not know, but we do 3 sprints, which is 3 minutes, or not 3 minutes. Whoa, 3. We go through 3 rounds of 20-minute cycles. And in those 20 minutes, it's work time. So whatever you're working on, for me, it's writing book 3. For you, maybe it's doing laundry or just hanging out, scrolling TikTok. I don't know. But we'll do 3 rounds, 20 minutes each of productivity. So let's go ahead and get into our first sprint of the night. Ready, set, go. Best of luck, everybody. Sprint. All right. So I actually kind of forgot that I had the word count written down. Let me see. I did get a little bit of writing done. It took me longer to do the Instagram thing than I had thought it would, but I did get around to writing. But I know it wasn't very much. 2, 32. So we're looking at 19 words. Okay, I wrote 19 words. Holy moly, that was not great. But that's because I had kind of a late start. I am starting to get like a feel for the pacing and everything now that I'm just sitting back down to this scene. We're getting ready to move to a different scene. So that took me a little bit of thinking, but I feel like I'm just about to really dive into it. So it should go smoothly for the second sprint. So we'll be starting at 32,235 words, which really isn't too bad. I'm really just excited to sit down and write. Man. No. Sorry, I got funny text message. So, what else is how did everybody else do in that stream? Anyone want to share? What's everybody reading? I am reading the final Percy Jackson book. I'm on to the very last one. I'm only a chapter in, but I'm into it. So I really like it, but I'm kind of excited to get finished with it so I can move on to some other books. I'm just ready for something a little different. I want to read Sarah Sutton's new book, Rebelling with the Bad Boy. That came out a couple weeks ago, and I am behind on getting to it. I've read all of her other books, so I need to get around to that one. That's the next thing on my TBR. And then there are quite a few other things that are up there, but I have been really wanting to reread some books. So I've been feeling like I needed like a comfort read. So I might reread some books instead. We shall see. Could change my mind. I don't know. Really, I should get through my TBR. Okay. It is 8:50. Man, these sprints are going quick. And I know that we've been moving a lot quicker through the chatty sections of the sprints. So that could have something to do with it. But I think we'll just keep the momentum going, shall we? All right. So we're going to go ahead and move into our second sprint. Make sure you've liked this video, please and thank you. I would appreciate it. It definitely helps boost my content a little and get this out to other writers that might enjoy working along with me. So we'll get that going. I have the clock reset. There we go. We'll do our second 20-minute sprint of the night. Hopefully it goes really well for all of you guys. Hopefully I can get a lot done in this one. Ooh, there's a reading comment. I read Unperfect by Susie Tate last night. Ooh, I should know better than to start a book after 8. I finished it at 1. Ooh, then it must have been a really good book. That is not one, at least not by name, that I'm familiar with. But that sounds really good. Oh my gosh. I love those kinds of books that you just have to read in one sitting. That is my favorite way to read a book, is to just devour it. And so, but I feel, I cannot start a new book in the evening unless I'm planning to stay up and read it for a couple of hours, because I can't just read a chapter or two. I have to get the full first third of the book in, or else I might not come back to it. So I'm glad that you enjoyed that. I'm going to have to look that one up in a little bit. All right. So we're going to move on to our second sprint. I am hoping to get a couple hundred, at least, words in to this sprint. So we will see how that goes. I got everything up and we are going. 1, 2, 3. Best of luck to you guys. Sprint. All right. How's everybody doing? I was right in the middle of a sentence. I'll come back to it. So let's see. I'm going to tally up how much I wrote in that sprint. I already know it was a lot more than the first sprint just because I wasn't balancing it with social media. So that for sure added to my word count. Yeah, 568 words. So I wrote 568 words during that sprint. So that puts me at 587 for the whole stream right now. Like I said earlier when we had first started, today has been kind of a slow day writing wise. I've gotten some writing done, but I haven't gotten as much done because I was doing all of my planning. So when it comes to like my normal author routine, I'm actually going to make a video for not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, just kind of explaining what a week looks like for me on the author side of things. But just kind of the gist. On Sundays, I do all of my planning for the week. So that's when I plan out and schedule all of my social media posts. I usually will try to batch film a ton of TikToks also. I do that on Sundays. And so I do write in the afternoons, but between that and posting the weekly vlog and stuff, my word count is usually quite a bit lower on Sundays than the rest of the week. But yeah, that's usually what a normal week looks like for me. But today was especially slow on the writing side. Hello, just joined. Yes, we just finished the second sprint. So we are between sprints. Normally we do 3 sprints during these Sunday live streams. I've thought about going longer, but because I have to wake up in the morning, especially since I'm coming off a spring break, so I haven't had to wake up super early to get to work, I probably won't go any longer than 3 sprints. But welcome. Thanks for joining. Happy to have you. What are you working on tonight? Kelly got 384 words in that sprint. Woo, that's pretty good. That's nice. That's awesome. Yes. So hopefully I can write quite a bit this week too. I did look a little at this week. I started to do my to-do list for the week. I do a weekly checklist for all the different areas. So like my day job, I'm a school counselor. So I have that checklist. And I also add writing to it. My writing checklist, funnily enough, is usually longer because so many of the things that I do during the day that should be on my checklist for my day job get checked off as I go. So they don't even make it on the list because it's how quick things happen. But looking at this week, I'm hoping I'll get a lot of writing time in. My editor, she finished working this week, so I should get the copy of Shade of the Shadowlands back super soon. I've been waiting on the email to come through that she submitted it back to me so I can start working on it. That'll be something that I'll do probably not during the week. I try to do all of that in as close to one sitting as I can. That way I'm really focused on all the details at once. So that's something I'm planning to do for next week. So I may be doing the editing in next week's stream for Shade of the Shadowlands. That might be the project I set for Sunday. But other than that, I have the cover designer starting tomorrow. That's exciting because that means I have a cover reveal coming super soon. So be on the lookout for that for April. That'll be coming in April. But other than that, my week is pretty clear. So I'm hoping I'll be able to get some writing during the weekdays so that I can really set aside time on the weekends to do the editing for Shade of the Shadowlands because I need to finalize that. And once I have like an ebook cover, at least I will work on putting up pre-orders on Amazon and all those places. So super fun. It's coming up really fast. I think not this week, next week. Ooh, so the 30th of this month puts us exactly 2 months away from release day. Holy moly. So it's coming up really quick. I cannot wait. This is my this is my third book that I'll release, but this is the second in the Guardians of the Six Gate series. So if you haven't read that series, you can read it for free. You can read book 1 for free if you sign up on Booksprout to be a reviewer. That's where I have it listed. You can read it for free there. It's free to sign up also. It costs me a little bit to post my books there, but it is there so that you guys can read for free if you would like to, and then leave me a review because all of those things help me out. So go check that out. That would be such a help to me. And then that would also put you on track for to read the release of Shade of the Shadowlands when that comes out May 30th. So we are going to go into our third sprint. Make sure that you're subscribed to my newsletter at amyprokopis.com. Speaking of things coming up in April, I put a newsletter out when I have big announcements. So things like cover reveals, sometimes some freebies and exclusives go through my newsletter also. But the newsletter is the only place where you get all of my plans for the whole month. So on April 1st, I will send out the newsletter and it will tell you everything that I'll be working on in writing. It'll tell you all of the videos that are coming to YouTube. It'll also tell you what is coming to Patreon, although you have to subscribe to Patreon to get those things. It will give you an idea of the things that will be posted there. April, I'm planning to put out, because I'll have finalized edits or close to that. I'm planning to put out some sneak peeks at Shade of the Shadowlands. So that'll go through Patreon. But make sure you're subscribed to my newsletter because I push out all of that information from there. So you can do that at my website. All right. Anyway, I lost my sticky note. Here it is. So hopefully I can get at least another 500 words in, like the second sprint, so I can be at least like 1,000 in for the day. That would be great. I like to try to write 1,000 words a day. If I at minimum, usually I average 3,000 when I sit down to write, which is fine. If I get that much, then I might take some time off, but I'm hoping to get 1,000 today to carry me into next week. I need some momentum going. So let's gear up for another 20-minute sprint. It'll be the last sprint, I think, of the night. And then we will chat a little bit about things to come, looking at next week, where we get to, and then I'll leave you guys, I think, for the night. But hopefully everyone else will be super productive in our last sprint, as I'm hoping to be. Okay, so third sprint, 20 minutes up on the clock. Best of luck to all of you guys. And 1, 2, 3, sprint. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh, Jen joined us. She forgot what time it was. She was reading. Ooh, Jen, what are you reading right now? Something good, I hope. Oh, right. So let me tally where I am. That was a lot more productive than the second sprint, definitely more than the first. So how did everybody else do while I do the math on this? Let's see. 550 words in that sprint. So that puts me at, let's see, that puts me at 1,137 for the stream tonight. So that's pretty good. Exciting. Phoebes is here. Phoebes also forgot. That's okay. Probably too late for writing, but hello. I'm glad that you could join us. Jen is rereading The Unbroken by C.L. Clarke. I think you said that you were rereading that in maybe your last, or maybe I saw it a post. Maybe you posted it somewhere. Trying to get into it again. In the last 10 minutes, I read through part of my chapter. Ooh, that's good. I should get the notes back from my editor very soon. She finished up, I think, technically on the books on Friday. So I should have her notes super soon. I've been checking periodically on Readsy, which is where I book her through, to see if it'll come in. I'm hoping it'll come in by tomorrow because I want to start prepping, taking like a look at her overall notes before I dive into like line edits and stuff. I don't plan to touch any of the editing until the weekend because I want to try and do it in one sitting so I have the whole book in my mind again because I have to reread it again to do all of that. So I don't think I'll get to the editing until Saturday and our Sunday live stream probably, but I'm excited for that. And my cover designer starts next week. So coming up really soon. In April, I will have cover images, which is exciting. That always makes the publication process feel like actually real. Kelly got 490 words, 3,026 for the day. That's good. Today I didn't, but most Saturdays and Sundays I get about that much done. So that's pretty good. I'm reading my book out loud, which is proving to be a fantastic editing tactic. Good for you, Jen. I do that when I'm writing difficult scenes. I've never done it for the whole book. I tried when I first published The Arena, but it was just too distracting for me. But sometimes if I have like a difficult scene, especially if I'm writing action scenes, I will read them out loud just to make sure that it makes sense. Good job, Kelly. Yes. Good job, Kelly. That's a lot of words for one day. Exciting. I cannot wait for the cover. I'm using the same cover designer that I've used with both of my books. But when we did Guardians of the Sixth Gate, which is the first one in this series, we talked about how the design would tie in for 3 books because there's going to be the 3. It's a trilogy. And so I already have kind of an idea of what she'll do, but I know I'm still going to be blown away when she sends it to me because she does amazing work. I love working with her so much and she's quick. So I should have the ebook cover super soon. And then we'll go in and start talking about the paperback cover. But I cannot wait. Covers make things feel real. Yes, I like that you put the little stars next to real because it really is like a magical moment. Having that finally in there. I cannot wait. I'm planning to release the cover in early April for you guys. So that'll come super soon. I think I'll give my Patreons some sneak peeks. Ooh, that's fun. I have early versions of the Guardians of the Sixth Gate cover. I should release those to my patrons on Patreon. That's what I should do. because that would be really fun. And I haven't posted anything there in a little while, so maybe I could give them a sneak peek at the process last time. That would be really fun. Maybe film kind of like an exclusive video for them on that. I need to do more with my Patreon. But man, Jen says, I can't wait to get mine. I am super excited. The sneaky peeks you've shown me of your cover are so cute. They're so cozy. It fully encompasses that cozy fantasy that you keep pitching all over the place for a second story. So I can't wait to see it once she's gone in and done all the finer details. Holy moly. I also plan to release mine in April. Hopefully I have it in my hands by then. Ooh, releasing the cover is like truly a magical moment, but getting that first proof is like the best. The first time you see it and you have the actual book in your hands, you can flip through the pages, see all the headers and everything in there. Oh my gosh. There's no other feeling than that first proof. Oh, love that. I cannot wait for this book to come out. Shade of the Shadowlands was a little harder to write than I thought it would be because it falls in that middle ground for like the whole story. You have the whole story here. And so you have all the highs and lows and stuff, and it falls right in the middle. There's a lot of action that happens in it, but there's so much tension, and it's like much sadder of a story because we end book one with Tori having to make some decisions. She rejects Jamie once he's finally like pulled his head out and has come around to admit his feelings, and she has to reject him. And it's like heart-wrenching for her. So she spends all of book two like sitting with that. Oh my gosh. So it's a lot deeper, angsty. It's a like very teen angst book, which was kind of fun to write. But it also made it really difficult because I had to keep all of my little dramatic pieces interwoven right, and it took me a little bit to do that. I will fully cry when I have my book physically in my hands. I did the first time. I think I do almost every time. I get super excited. I know that. It's a big moment. I filmed it with Guardians of the Sixth Gate when it came in. I filmed my own mini like unboxing of it in one of my vlogs. That was really fun. And because my cover designer is amazing at what she does, I didn't have to change anything after getting the proofs. I did find some typos because I went through and looked at formatting for the interior, and I found stuff that I had to fix because I do the interior myself. But she does such amazing work. I'm so excited. When do you usually get your proofs versus your pub date? It kind of depends on how quickly I'm finishing the interior. It doesn't take me very long to do the interior of the book, typically. What I'll do is I use Vellum, so I upload the Word document into Vellum, and Vellum reads all of like the formatting you put into Word. So your page breaks, it reads those, chapter headings reads that, and it automatically breaks everything out. So even the author note in the back, the dedication, it breaks all of that out. So because I put all of that in ahead of time into Word, it automatically uploads nice and pretty in Vellum. And then I just get to pick the style pieces. So usually once I finish that, I download it. So I actually download the interior. So it converts it exactly as it would be for the size of book. I download that and I usually scroll through it to make sure it looks fine. And from there, I upload it with the cover image and I immediately order a proof. So for me, now I'm looking. Typically I have a proof like a whole month, usually like almost 2 months out from the publication date. That's kind of my rough estimate. With this one, it probably will be closer to 1 month just because I don't think I'll have the cover until about mid-April. So it'll be closer to that time. But I'll put pre-orders up for the ebook at the same time I order the proof for the paperback. That's usually, I didn't do a pre-order with Guardians of the Sixth Gate, but I definitely plan on doing a pre-order for the subsequent books in the series. Just kind of as a hook to keep people on track with reading it, since I'm not able to rapid release as fast. I am planning on releasing the last of the series in the fall, so it is coming pretty quick, but usually like 2 months out, I have a proof. Yeah, good to know. I'm hoping that I can start formatting after this read through and get that proof in my hands when I have the cover. That's what I try to do. And you say, Jen said, I want to do ARCs pretty early April. That would be a good time for that because your book comes out pretty early in May too. So I'm hoping that things are fairly smooth with formatting. That would be good. And making sure that I know you said you had it up on Goodreads and Storygraph. So that's good because your ARC readers could go ahead and put the reviews up. And then you could make sure to send all of your ARC readers like a really nice email when your book goes live, just to remind them to go and leave their reviews. I think that's good timing. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. So I'm glad all of you guys could join me tonight for the stream. I always love hearing about all of your projects and what you're working on. And I'm super excited for how well this week has gone. I am at 33,353 words. I'm going to finish out the stream. I'm going to schedule next week's. So next week, that'll be the 26th. We'll go live on the 26th at 8:20 again. So be on the lookout for that next week. I'm going to schedule that out so it's up on YouTube so no one forgets. And other than that, I'm going to try and continue writing a little bit more this evening. I don't want to write too late. I mean, I really do, but I don't want to stay up too late just because I do have to work in the morning and I've been in the habit of staying up late all week and then sleeping in, and I can't do that tomorrow. So I'm going to have to force myself to go to bed a little earlier tonight. So won't be able to stay up to write too much. Yeah, no worries, guys. It sounded like you guys were really into your projects at the time too and just missed it. I have definitely done that in the past too. Next week, Sunday, is also our social stream. Yes, it is, for the Storyteller's Hearth, 3 p.m. on Jen's channel. Yes. So go to Jen's channel. We will be there for the social stream. Super excited for that also. I'm going to be so productive on Sunday because that starts earlier in the day, and then we'll have my evening stream. I'm still planning to do that. So that's a lot of writing, but it'll be super fun. I'm super excited to join you, Jen. That'll be a really good time. So definitely, if you're not already subscribed to her channel, go over there and subscribe there so you don't miss next week's stream on either of our channels. Yes, lots of fun chats. It's going to be a great time. Yeah, it'll be super exciting. I haven't done like a writing stream like that in a while with somebody else. I need to have Jen on this channel also. So I need to have her over on my channel, but I haven't been on anyone else's live stream like that in a long time. So it'll be a lot of fun. You guys won't want to miss out. But I think for now, that's the end of this live stream for this week. Thank you guys for joining me. I always enjoy your company, sharing my the progress of how I'm writing the book. I like to share like the ins and outs of that. I think it's super fun to see other people do that, so I try to do that also. I've learned a lot from your comments. So if you guys notice anything or have suggestions, please leave me comments. Reach out to me on social media. There should be a link in the description box for all of that. I love to hear from you guys, and I'm trying to grow as much as I can as a writer. So I'm always open to feedback. So thank you guys so much. I will see you next week in the next one. Bye.